Hey everyone, and welcome back to the MRE Security YouTube channel. My name is Evan Isaac, and today we'll be looking at Section 5 of the API Security 2024 CTF. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the blogger section of the CTF. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, be sure to do so in the description down below. Additionally, before we get started, please like and subscribe to the channel. It does help us out with creating content for penetration testing. Let's jump right in. First challenge, role reversal. It says, check out our new blog. Well, the API at least. Now featuring draft posts. We think it's pretty secure, so we've added a special flag in the admin account that only other admins are able to see, and we have a target URL here. So let's head on over to this URL, and we could see that we get just a message, hello world, and it doesn't look like there's any documentation to the API. So what we're going to have to first do is we'll have to do a brute force of the directory. So we'll do a gobuster command, and we'll do a dir for directory, tech u for URL, and we'll paste in our URL here. We'll do a tech w for word list, and we'll do a user share word list, and we'll do a dirb. And we could try just common.txt to start out. Click on enter. We could see it go through, and we are getting rate limited with a 503 status error. So we could try to do threads. We could try to do various different things. So we could try to do just let's say 1. And this is going to take a few seconds, and we'll see if we do get rate limited here. And it looks like after I did the cut, we are getting rate limited. So that's also not going to work. Well, what are some other things that we could do? Well, we could just try to do various different things, like maybe a /v1. Let's see if there's anything there. And it looks like there's nothing. What about a /v2? We could also try /docs. And we could see that we get a fast API. And that's something that you could do if rate limiting does occur, is you could try to just start guessing random different directories. Most of the time when it comes to APIs, you're going to see something along the lines of v1, v2, API/v1, API/v2, docs, document, something along those lines to try and identify the documentation for the specific API. So it seems that we do have a few endpoints here. We have an auth, a post, as well as a user endpoint. And we'll start out with the basic, right? We're just going to sign up and we're just going to see what we have to offer. So we will go here and we'll do try out and we'll paste in random information. So in our case, we'll just do test, let's say mresecurity.com. We'll leave it set to password, and we'll do first name is please, last name, subscribe, and we'll click on execute. And we can see that we do get a success user created, and here's the curl command if you want to do it within the command line interface. But for this specific challenge, we're going to try to stick to only the web-based UI. So we now have a user set, so we can come down here and grab the login, and we'll click try out, and we'll paste in our email address. So test@mresecurity.com, and we'll leave it at set to password. Click on execute, and we can see that we get an access token. Now this is a authorization bearer token. So we can come up to authorize, and we can paste in our bearer token here. So now every time that we submit a request, this bearer token is going to get injected into our request before it gets sent to the server. So now that we're signed in to the application, let's see if we can view our user to make sure everything is working properly. So let's click try it out, and we can see that we are ID user 2. So because the IDs are being incremented by a number, let's just assume that the administrator is going to be ID of 1. So we'll head back over to users and we'll try to access the ID of 1. Click on 1, click execute, and we can see that we do have an admin user set to ID of 1. So what we could try to do is we could try to take the role and make it into an admin for our specific user. But because of the way that things work within this application, we're going to have to register a new user. So looking at the ID of 1, we see that there is a role of admin. So if we put in this parameter when we use the sign up endpoint, we should be able to become an administrator. So let's head back up over to the sign up page, and we're going to modify this just a little bit. So we'll try this out, and we'll put in again test mresecurity. And we'll just do 1, we'll leave it as John Doe, and we'll put a comma. Inside of a new line, we're going to do a role, colon, and then we'll do admin. When we execute it, We could see that the user was created successfully, even though we did put the role there. So that's a good start. So when we go to log in, we can come back over here, and instead of that, we'll do test1@emerysecurity.com with the password set to password. We'll click on execute, and we could see that we get a brand new token. So it looks to be that this did work. We could head back on over to our authorize. Instead of this, we could log out and paste in our brand new value. So if we head back down over to the user/me, we could try it out and execute it, and we could see what our role is, and we could see that our role is now admin. So going back over to the user/ID, we can execute it. We see that we get the flag API sec. Look at me, I'm the admin now. So we'll take this and we'll go back over to, and we'll paste the flag into our notes. So the second challenge says prying eyes prohibited. Since we just rolled out draft posts, we wanted to make sure that they're safe from prying eyes. If you want to see the stuff from someone else that hasn't been posted yet, you're out of luck. And we have another target URL here. It looks to be the exact same from the previous challenge. We're just going to stick to our current instance. So we could see that there is a password here. So we're going to take this and we can go over to something called Crackstation. If you don't know what Crackstation is, it's a fantastic resource which has a ton of different word lists that it brute forces and tries to figure out what a specific hash is in clear text. So we can come here, I'm not a robot, click crack hash, and we see that it was a SHA-256 hash and coolman1 was the password. So what we can do is we can head back on over to our login, and instead of the email being test1@emerysecurity, we can use the administrator login. So admin@maltechsolutions.com, and the password we said was coolman1. When we click execute, we see that we get the access token. So now we are ID1 or the administrator. Log out, back in. And now we could look at the posts requests. So inside the post request, we could see all the posts that we have. So we know that we are number 1, and it looks like there is a draft boolean. So we're going to set the draft to true because inside of the challenge, it's specified that we're trying to look for draft posts. So after executing this, we could see that we get the second flag, API sec, I found your admin posts. We see here that we do get the flag. Head back on over here and we'll paste it in. Now within this challenge, there was a bonus flag. The developers forgot all about it midway through the CTF, and then they said, hey, if anyone can find the flag, you'll get points. And essentially what you had to do is look at the bottom here, and it said bonus. When you click try out and execute, it says this is only available to users who have been registered for more than 2 years. So if we head back on over to the users me, we can click execute, and we could see that there was a created time section as well. Now, if you remember, we just did something having to do with the role where we set the role from user to admin. It's basically the exact same thing, but instead of changing the role to admin, we're going to now change it from created time. We're going to set it back 2 years, and then we're going to get the flag. So we're going to copy this created time, and we're going to head back on over to the sign up page. And now we're going to modify this to say role is admin as well as created time. So we'll paste it in here. And instead of 2025, we'll just set it to, let's say, 2020, just to be safe. Click execute. The user already exists, so we're going to have to change the test1 to test2. Click execute. We can see that the user was successfully created. Head back on down here, go to login, and we'll log in again as test2@emerysecurity.com, and we'll also put in the password set to password. We can see that we get another access token, so we'll copy this on over, and we will put it inside of our authorized section. So over here, paste the value in. And now if we head back down to the bonus section and we run it again, we can see that we get the bonus flag, API sec, I built a time machine. So we'll take this and we'll paste it as the flag. So thank you all so much for watching this video on the Emory Security YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out with creating additional content for you related to cybersecurity. If you're interested in the next set of challenges, this is Horde's Door, and there's 2 challenges here, so passcode to the Dark Vault as well as the Unlock Sauron's Gold. Try these out, let me know how they are. If you did solve them, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.